Okay, so you might see that this is part 3 of the action planning. This is by all practicality, the last part of the action plan phase. And this is gonna be the shortest, because I feel like after giving all the suggestions and how to go about planning, um, this part should really more just be a reminder or like a motivator, I suppose, a motivator to start like really solidifying, and therefore that's the title, solidifying your inclusive acts. Again, I would recommend you focus on the very short-term one, that is the presentation one. I say that both because for my capstone, I do need a kind of data set, but I also am trying to emphasize or really focus on the most short-term thing, just so it's something you can like look forward to or something that seems more concrete and achievable to do. Like a 15 minutes maximum minimum of something that you are capable of doing and something you're able to translate into some kind of presentation. If you have questions on how to turn that into a 15-minute presentation, that's why I've left all my contact details in the Padlet. Like you can contact me through the Padlet. I check that regularly. You can also contact me directly through my university email. And I'm quite sure I've given you other details as like through the WhatsApp or through other negotiated contact details that you might have asked for specifically. All right, so that's why this recording is going to be quite short, and the Padlet posts are much fewer than the past sessions because this part is really going to have to rely on you as a person, you as one person knowing how you want to go about this, how you want to choose your inclusive acts, and therefore how you want to present one single one within this workshop group by the end of the project time period. So with all that detail stated, I'll just go through the slides. And there's not much new things here because I didn't want to give more reminders. That's what the past sessions are for. Another thing is that the question or the motto of this session of what will I do? I know that this is a question that you really have to answer for yourself, a question that's going to look very different for everyone else. Even when I gave some examples of some demonstrations or some examples of how you might present an inclusive act, some examples of inclusive practices, a very general term of it, as I can. What you want to further research or what you want to further try on your own, that is very dependent on the individual, on you as a person, you as how you know you want to lead, how you know you want to teach. Okay. Another thing is that you will see that this entire session or solidifying inclusive acts, this is something that's harder to really do when you are not engaging with the person. It's hard for me to translate the time period of setting a room up in a synchronous manner and in-person manner, and then trying to translate all of that into an asynchronous recorded video. So the most I can do right now is give this kind of new information or just summarize some information in slightly different ways. The first one being that by the time of this video being uploaded to our Padlet, our in a sense our Moodle of our online asynchronous methods, I will need the pre-workshop survey done by 14th of February. That should be a Friday around before the midnight of Saturday, 15th February. If you are also okay with getting your data used in my research, I will ask for your consent form to be signed and sent to me digitally as well. The post-workshop survey that I will upload later on, by the time the session 9 asynchronous accompanying videos are put up, that will be already up very late February, I suppose, but I will try to have that up as soon as possible as of the date of recording and uploading. And again, 15 minutes minimum is just so there's a bit of a benchmark and so that this is more qualitative and just so that there's less pressure to rush it, or hopefully this reminds you or just gives you a signal that if you need a lot of time to like slowly express it or need a lot of time to go through it, 15 minutes can end up being quite short of time. For example, you can look through these recordings and find out that if I tend to talk a lot. Maybe the way you like to communicate may also be a bit lengthy, or the ways that we can show whatever visual content you want to show can be done a multitude of ways, or in a like with one shot being like macro scale of seeing the entire thing at once, and then focused shots of the detailed images. This is just an example, because I really hope that you will use that chance to get as flexible as you need to be, as flexible as would fit your needs, as creative as you want to experiment with, because none of this has to be very academic or formal. It's another reason why I try not to bring up a lot of research, more so than I'm trying to give very generalized things of my own understanding, and keep on saying that I am giving all the resources by my current understanding, so that it's easier for anyone to refute me or to give resources or give their own opinions of why this idea is okay or why this idea is wrong because this. So hopefully, however you want to present your ideas, both in any of the workshop items or the shared Padlet, or only in your presentation, however you present it, that you take all the time to like present all the ideas that you want, with the chance of the rest of the workshop group being able to see and be able to disagree and find out how to like reflect on why they disagree, or maybe possibly even contact you on why they disagree by the ways that you're comfortable with. The next thing is about schedule making with you. While all the sessions so far I've been recording asynchronously so that everyone can watch them on your own time. If you do want one-on-one help, or you'd like to contact someone within the workshop group, I do ask that you also let me know or let the others know if you want to discuss how to present your ideas or how to decide things. Feel free to ask me personally, or just put that in the workshop group as a whole so everyone can see. If you'd like a short consultation, as modeled after some professors that I've had who would give individual consultations on, just so every student can find some way to express their own feelings and ask how to present them as would be more fitting for the person themselves, and possibly more fitting for other people to watch, other people to see. I am also open to have individual consultations, or even just give technical help of like booking a room for a meeting, or suggesting other online tools that you could use. All this will also need a bit of your action and your effort to state whether you'd like the support, you'd like the communication. I would need to, have a way to contact you, and that's why I've asked for your school-based email at the very least, at least me personally. And however you want to contact other people who have joined the workshop group, that is fully up to you. So far, we have the Padlet, just so you can share who you are, by however means you wish. So again, this is why this video is quite short, and everything else, or all the actions, will have to rely on your own choices and your own actions. However you choose, know that I will completely understand, and I most likely will be really supportive and like agreeable with what you choose. I will be honest that because of the required data, that's why I do emphasize the presentation in itself. But I do hope that this gives a good practice of solidifying a kind of inclusive act that you want to try out, and try this out within this workshop group where we're all discussing inclusivity together, and therefore feel more confident and more competent, more capable of workshopping other ideas you have towards helping other people get their needs met in an educational or even non-educational setting. Okay, this public room area is getting a bit noisy, so I think that's also my sign to stop recording there. So I'll see you with the last resources for session 9, which is in and of itself just more demonstrations and reminders. So again, please do feel free to contact me or the other workshop group participants however you wish. And I hope that your journey in considering and even acting upon inclusive acts has been helpful through this little project that I've done. So thank you again. See you soon by however means you have chosen.